What's up, fam? Happy Tuesday. I was off for a couple weeks. I've missed you guys dearly. So happy to be back. I hope y'all will pop in the comments, give me some interaction, give me some love. It is terrific Tuesday. I am so happy to be back with you and raise your vibe on Quantum Inspirations. So we are talking about mirror images today. What the hell does that even mean? I wanted to talk about this because right now, Sophia is auditioning for a musical. And so her gig is the stage, right? But we can totally take this and apply it to the sports arena as well, because it really is all the same. Like, it is all a level of bringing it, a level of performance, right? Putting yourself out there, taking a chance, stepping into possibility and achieving. And so in relation to mirror images and the effect that we have on our children, whether they're children that we're coaching, or our actual children, or our adopted children, or our freaking nieces and nephews, or just a kid that looks up to us and is interacting with us. How are we mirroring each other? Right? And so this specific example I want to bring to you from my personal situation is Sophia and her audition. I know that if I am not careful and I allow myself to step into the same space of a little bit of tension, a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of nervousness, I am not serving her as a parent. As a mentor, sorry. Jackson, please. As a mentor, as someone who is guiding and teaching her, right? I'm not serving her if I am mirroring her. Oh my gosh. He keeps doing this to me today. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Lay down. Lay down. Go lay down. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The hazards of live stream. I don't know if he's going to stop barking. He just is very persistent and insistent today. My old Rottweiler. He's awesome, but he drives me crazy sometimes. Okay, back to mirror images. Okay, and hold on, let me back up. So, like, I'm so blessed and so honored and so happy that I'm in a space now where I can actually walk away and get my dog to stop barking and not come back nervous as hell and forget what the F I was talking about. I'm cool. I got this, right? Okay. I have a graceful, loving audience. Back to mirror images. Okay. So she is doing her thing in her audition. So as an athlete, as a performer, like, they care about what they're doing, right? So there is a level of nervousness. Because you care about your performance. You know that other people are depending on you. You know that you have something valuable to offer the situation that you're going into. And so you get a little nervous. And so as she was up there auditioning, because it's on Zoom right now, callbacks were on Zoom because of COVID, and I'm hearing her and my little heart starts beating, and I'm like standing outside the door. She's got the door closed and locked, and I just had to walk away. And this is why. Because my getting a little nervous and her being in there doing her thing, fully capable. I know she's got this. She will definitely get a part. She's such a kick-ass singer. But I know that my energy, even though I wasn't talking to her, I wasn't interacting with her, she might not have even known I was out there. My energy field was out there, right? And so you guys, we're walking around in a big ass bubble. We're walking around in a bubble, and My truth is that soul is not just inside, soul is outside, soul is surrounding you. Really, your body is inside of your soul. Okay, we're getting woo-woo, right? And so I know that I am energetically affecting what is going on in that room just by my presence, just by my energetic presence in her space. And so I just had to walk away. I ate a piece of pizza. I took a deep breath. And so I was in a better space so that she is in a better space. And because I know she looks up to me. And so our kids, when we're working with our kids, whether it's going into a freaking spelling bee, a championship game, an audition, like we serve our children so much better if we don't get in that like high intensity emotion. And so what I'm thinking about too is like when you are watching the championship game, like it's exciting, right? It's exciting. And when they're winning, yes, boom, they're getting your positive energy. They're getting the energy of the entire stadium. Well, during normal times, not COVID times, right? When now we've got what? $100 cutouts in the NCAA championship game. What the? Anyway, I digress. But they're feeling the entire energy. And so, how do we serve them when things are difficult? We serve them by being intentional and realizing that what we are putting out, they are receiving. And probably one of the coolest, most woo-woo, amazing, energetic, kick-ass things you could do for anyone you're watching in a sport is if the game seems to be going down the tubes for your people, for your family, your kid, your team, whatever, is to don't go down the tubes with them. Because think about when everybody starts leaving the game early, like what does that do to a player's psyche? It's like, they know I'm going to lose, so I know I'm going to lose. And so how does this equate to mirror images? What is this? Like, what am I talking about? Well, your external world is a reflection of your inward state. So everything that you are thinking, feeling, acting on the inside is being mirrored to you by the world around you. And how do you prove this to yourself? This is the way you prove it to yourself is you really start paying attention to how you're feeling and how it translates to the world outside of you, because it always does. It always does. And all you have to do to realize this and see this and really take control and take your power back is to just pay attention for a little while. And so I'll give you an example. You wake up in the morning, you get out of bed, and you stub your toe, or you knock over a glass of water, right? And you get frustrated. And then you walk into the bathroom and you trip over something. And then these little things start happening and the momentum is building because you're not taking a deep breath and you're not really sitting back and letting the momentum dissolve. Like you're not giving giving yourself time and space to let that shit go, because it's really not that big of a deal, right? But sometimes we get really worked up about those small things and they grow. And then you go get in your car and traffic sucks. You're running late. You hit every single red light and you're late to work. And then your day sucks. Okay, so pay attention. Pay attention to how you're feeling and how it's reflected in the outside world around you. And then one of the greatest gifts I have ever been given is the realization that my interactions with the people around me are a direct reflection of how I think and feel about myself. And so when I'm really in flow and I'm feeling really good about myself and I'm just knowing, that feeling where you're like, man, I'm good at that. I am a real badass. Have you ever paid attention to how everybody around you reacts to you? People notice you more. People smile at you more. There is a difference because of the vibration that you are emitting to the world around you. You are calling in positive circumstances. The world is mirroring how you are behaving. But then the flip side of that is when you have some sort of, and this can even be like a subconscious, like deep-seated, really effed up thought about yourself, that you're not worthy, that you're not capable, that that person is better than you. And you have a negative interaction with someone and you're like, what the hell? Where did that come from? Why did that just happen? Have you ever stopped and thought about how that could be an indication of something that you need to work on? So I'm going to give you kind of a deep example. Certain types of women used to trigger me, which now I have become that type of woman. And I don't even want to just say woman. I want to say people. But really, I guess I am referring to women. Certain types of women and their demeanor and the way they carried themselves used to trigger me. And I didn't know why, but they all seemed like they had something in common. They were very poised. They were very postured in their stance. Whatever they were presenting, whether it was a product or an idea, they were very solid in how they felt about that, very solid in their foundation around that. And I was like, why? Why is this triggering me? And I in understanding energy and working with people who understand the subconscious on a deeper level than I did, what I found is that I was having, and this is interesting, I think most of my audience here is probably male, masculine. Not that it's the same thing necessarily, but I was struggling with their masculinity, because we are a balance. Like, we are feminine, masculine balance, not man, woman. I mean, it's not the same thing. It's an energy thing, and there's no sex, there's no differentiation male and female within energy. And so you have a balance of feminine and masculine. And I was struggling with my masculine balance because I had had a lot of toxic masculine relationships. And it's not the same. Empowered masculine is beautiful and wonderful. And probably if you're watching this and you're a man, you are probably have a very empowered masculine energy within you. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be watching this. And that was my struggle. And I found that out, and I started working on that. Because your feminine is your flow. Your feminine is your ability to be fluid and tell stories. And, women, we're kind of unpredictable. Well, embrace it. We're very fluid. Like, we can be kind of crazy, I guess. And then the masculine energy is very structured and very orderly and monetary. And I struggle with that. And I saw those things in my life that I struggled with. And I was like, oh, shit. These women are balanced. Their feminine and masculine are balanced. Like, these women have found the empowered masculine. And then guess what? I worked on that part of me because I acknowledged first. I was like, okay, they're showing me something, right? What are they showing me? And then I did that introspective, what's going on here? And I started working on that. And now they don't trigger me anymore, because it was not anything in them. It was within me. It was, Dan, no, not at all unpredictable. It was all within me. And then what you'll find is that once you acknowledge and realize that all the external world is doing is just trying to help you find the highest version of yourself. That's it. That's why we came. We came to step into ascension, to find a higher version of ourselves, to connect with our inner being, our highest self. And once you realize that, it's really empowering, and you don't trip up so much. The external world doesn't take control over your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And then once you see what you need to work on and you start working on it, then the universe, spirit, God, whatever you want to call it, starts sending you all of these affirmations that you're in the healing process, that you're doing the right thing, that you're on the right path. It's like spirit is always like setting off bonfires. Like, look over here. You're on the right track. If you would just pay attention, just look over here. Like road flares, whatever you want to call them. Like freaking bombs. Like, look over here. I'm trying to tell you something. And so if we would just slow down and recognize that it's all for our good, no matter what it is, it is all for our good. Then you do the work, and then the signs of affirmation are delivered. And I'll give you a specific example. And we're going to stay on this divine masculine topic because I like it. An example is this podcast. Like, as I started working on, because I've always had toxic relationships with men, and I love my dad and I have a great relationship with him, but there, in the past especially, there was always a toxicity there. I hope he doesn't watch this because I love my dad. I'm not trying to break his heart. I'm just being real. And then all of my relationships with males, I kept drawing in toxic relationships because I needed to work on it. It was a lesson that I kept needing to learn, and I didn't fucking get it. So here I am, almost 40 years old, just now figuring it out. And, how did I land this gig? Like, a great friend of mine who is a super empowered masculine figure in my life that I feel very supported by, very loved by. And then all of the guys involved, these guys are kick-ass dudes that love and support me in like this pure, beautiful, empowered way. And so what's happening? I acknowledged, and now I'm literally stepping through and healing my relationship with the masculine part of me, because I need both. And I see it in my structure of my world around me. Like, my house is more organized. I'm making more money because money is a masculine energy. I don't really fucking know why, but it is. It's what they told me. And then I fixed my masculine and now I'm getting more money. So I totally believe it. So back to the kids. I want to give you a specific example of how earlier today, my kids were teaching me this lesson. My kids are over school. Like Sophia, she's in junior high. So she's actually totally happy. She's back in school now, still wearing masks, but the whole school is there. So she's getting to interact with all of the students now, not just half, because they were like staggering who was going, right? If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And she's really happy to be back socializing. Like, socialization at her age is huge, isn't it? These teenagers need to socialize. It is part of their brain growth, part of their brain development. And but my other two kids, my 9-year-old, she's over it. She's like, I don't want to go to school with a mask on. She's very strong-willed. She knows what she wants. She knows what she needs. And she clashes with her teacher. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that she's never physically met her teacher. She's only been on Zoom with her teacher. Her teacher, their personality is a little bit different. And so I'm having this conversation with her this morning, and she's like, I quit. She just said, I quit school. And I'm like, well, you can't, you gotta at least get this through the year, and we'll figure something else out next year. School. And she's like, well, I don't like my teacher. She's mean. She makes me feel dumb. What breaks? Hold on. And okay. And so this is like something like that. Like, how do we teach our kids that the external world is mirroring them when they say something like that to us? Because that's powerful shit, right? She's telling me that her teacher makes her feel dumb. And that says two things to me. One, she just gave all of her power away. She gave all of her power away by saying to me that someone can make her feel dumb. And two, I need to reinforce to her that her teacher is only showing her something that she is feeling about herself. And that's what we need to work on. And I felt like a real kick-ass parent in that moment. I'm not going to lie. I was like, wow, because I would not have known what to say to that in the past. But this is where the power is. Our kids, like, we can muddle through this. Like, we can figure out how to teach our kids that the power is inside of them. And we may not always say the right thing, and we may not always give the right explanation, but there are resources there. You can ask people who can help you explain it to your kids, like me. Like, ask me. I'm so, so happy to help. This is my mission in life. But to take a situation where my kid says to me, my teacher makes me feel dumb. And then to be able to flip that and say, now hold on. Did your teacher ever tell you you were dumb? No. So she never said those words to you? No. Okay. So this is a clear indication to us that we've got some work to do, because we are in control of how we think and feel and express, because we have the power. We have the power. It is all within us. If you don't feel worthy, if you don't feel intelligent, if you don't feel abundant, it is because it is inside of you. Those feelings are inside of you. And what a great gift to be able to give our children at such a young age the ability to understand that the power is within them. And so we had the conversation. And so how do you do, like, how do you flip that? For me, I went straight to affirmations with her. I want you to look in my eyes, and I want you to tell me how smart you are. And I want you to say it over and over and over again. And she did. And we connected. She looked right in my eyes and she told me how smart she was. And then I had her tell me why. Why are you smart? I want you to tell me all of the amazing, intelligent things that you do. And then we'll make a list. Because there is no dumb kid. There are no dumb kids. There are no dumb kids. There are no kids that are bad athletes. There are kids who have decided, based on what someone has mirrored to them, that they're not good enough. And so if we approach it from an internal perspective instead of an external perspective, oh, the power, oh, the power. And then they walk through life and they watch the world mold and shape around them. And they're aware of it, and they know exactly what is going on, and they know exactly what the universe is trying to show them. And they appreciate the trips, and then they appreciate the contrast, and then they appreciate the lose, right? They appreciate losing the championship because it shows them what they need to work on. So that was like super profound for me this morning. And then how do we apply this to sports? There's no separation, is there? I mean, it is all the same. A's, B's, and C's, 10 points, 20 points, 30 points, like it's all the same. What's your record? Are you 0 and 10 or 10 and 0, 5 and 5, right? It's like a scoring system. So do y'all have any questions? Tell me if you're here. Say hello. Someday I'm not going to be able to keep up with these comments. And you know why that's going to happen? Because that is what I fully expect to happen. But it will only happen until that belief is 100% inside of me. So that's what I'm working on. Okay, so I hope you all have a great evening. I think that's my message for the evening. Please comment, ask questions. I'm always happy to answer questions. This is my gig. This is what I love. You can also catch me on Facebook. I am Monica Painter, Painter. I am painting the picture of my own life because I create my own reality. So fitting. And I'm also on Instagram. I'm on TikTok at, what is my TikTok name? How to Shift Your Reality. So catch me on all the other platforms. I love y'all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in. I will absolutely be back for next week. And I think I need to tap into some more interviews or something. Tell me what you want to see. If there are certain topics you want me to talk about, throw a comment in and let me know, because I want to serve you guys. Like, this is about what you guys need. I mean, I can sit up here and run my mouth all freaking day long about whatever I want to hear, but I want to know what you guys want to hear about. So let me know. Give me some love, likes in the comments. Let me know what y'all want to talk about. All right, have a great night. I love you, love you, love you so much. Thank you for sharing this space and time with me. And never, never forget that you are unique, you are valuable, you are special. You have a very specific, amazing frequency that no one else has to offer the world. So get out there and share it. You know why? Because the world needs you now, not tomorrow, not the next day, right now. Love you.